Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Alphonse Daudet was a famous French novelist and short story writer. His works often show human feelings, patriotism, and social issues. Let's understand the historical background of the story. It is set during an important historical period in Europe. The story is connected to the Franco-Prussian War, stretching across the period of 1870 to 1871. This war was fought between France and Prussia, which was a powerful German kingdom that later became part of Germany. France was defeated in the war, and as a result, two French regions, Alsace and Lorraine, were taken over by Prussia. After taking control of these regions, the German authorities ordered that German would be the only language taught in schools of France. Now, the last French lesson had to be given before the rule came into effect. This situation forms the central idea of the story. Through this story, Daudet wanted to show the pain of losing one's language and culture, the importance of valuing education, and the love people feel for their mother tongue and country. Imagine you are a school student walking to class one morning, but you don't really feel like going. You are afraid because you haven't prepared your lesson. That's exactly how Franz, the narrator of the story, feels at the beginning. Franz is on his way to school. He is late and extremely worried. His teacher, Hamel, had asked the class to prepare a lesson on participles, but Franz hadn't studied at all. Instead of going to school, Franz is tempted to skip it. The weather is warm, birds are chirping, and some soldiers are drilling in the open field. All of this seems much more interesting than grammar. But finally, Franz decides to hurry to school. In the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, only bad news had come from there. The lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer. And he wondered, what could be the matter? When Franz reaches school, something feels unusual. A strange silence. Normally, there is a lot of noise. Students repeating lessons loudly and the teacher shouting instructions. But today, everything is silent and serious. As Franz entered the classroom, he felt embarrassed and frightened. But Monsieur Hamel saw him and said very kindly,
"Go to your place quickly, little Franz. We were beginning without you."
Franz quietly sits and notices something surprising. His teacher, M. Hamel, is wearing his special green coat, frilled shirt, and little black silk cap. Those clothes he usually wears only on special occasions, like inspection and prize days. Another strange thing was that the village elders, like the former postmaster and the former mayor, were sitting at the back of the class. Franz feels confused. Why does school look so formal today? Then comes the heartbreaking moment. M. Hamel announces something.
"My children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new master comes tomorrow. This is your last French lesson. I want you to be very attentive."
French will no longer be taught. This means today is the last lesson in French. Suddenly, Franz feels terrible. He realizes he never appreciated his language before. He had wasted time skipping school and playing outside. Now, when the chance to learn French is going away forever, he finally understands its true value. He then understood that it was in honor of this last lesson that Monsieur Hamel had put on his fine clothes. Also, the villagers had come to thank Monsieur Hamel for his 40 years of faithful service. The villagers sitting in the class feel regretful too. They realize they should have valued their language and education earlier. It was then Franz's turn to recite. He was fearful. He wished he could confidently say the rule of participles, but he stumbled at the very beginning and became nervous. M. Hamel spoke kindly.
"I won't scold you, little Franz. You must feel bad enough. See how it is? Every day we have said to ourselves, 'I have plenty of time. I'll learn it tomorrow.' And now you see where we've come. Now those fellows will have the right to say that we pretend to be Frenchmen, and yet we can neither speak nor write our own language. But you are not the worst, poor little Franz." He admits that everyone shares the blame for neglecting learning. He points out that most parents prioritized work over education, and he himself is also guilty for not being strict with them. M. Hamel went on to talk of the French language, saying that it was the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest, the most logical, that we must guard it among us and never forget it.
And then he says something very powerful.
"A language is the key to freedom. When people are enslaved, as long as they keep their language, they have the key to their prison."
Then M. Hamel starts teaching grammar patiently. Franz listens more carefully than ever before. Surprisingly, everything seems easy to understand. Franz was amazed how well he could understand everything. He thought that he had never listened so carefully nor had Monsieur Hamel explained such patiently. It seemed that poor M. Hamel wanted to give them all he knew before going away. After grammar, it was writing lesson. Monsieur Hamel gave them copies beautifully written with the words France, Alsace, which looked like flags in the classroom. Everyone worked silently and seriously, completely focused, even ignoring distractions. On the roof, the pigeons cooed very low, and the boy wondered if they make even the pigeons sing in German. But Franz noticed M. Hamel sitting quietly, looking around the classroom as if trying to preserve every detail in the room. After teaching there for 40 years, it must be painful for him to leave, especially as his sister packed for their departure. Yet, he continued teaching every lesson till the very end. Everyone was emotion, still studied sincerely, and even old Hauser read his primer, basic textbook, with tears in his eyes, making the moment both touching and unforgettable. Finally, the church clock strikes 12. The Prussian soldiers outside finish their drill. The last French lesson is over. M. Hamel becomes very emotional. He tries to speak but cannot. Instead, he turns to the blackboard and writes in large letters, "Vive la France, long live France." Then he signals with his hand that the class is dismissed. No words are needed. Everyone understands the deep pain and love behind that moment. The story teaches us several powerful lessons. First, value your language and culture. Second, education is precious, so don't take it for granted. Third, sometimes we realize the value of things only when we are about to lose them. The last lesson is not just about a classroom. It is about love for one's language, country, and identity.
If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe our channel for more such helpful videos.